Hi everybody, welcome back to the August base race. John Fowl here, and let's see, we start out episode 3 on our way back to base. Uh, Gone down to diamond level, gotten all the stuff we need for our enchantment table, and some of the basic ores needed, as long as a bunch of coal. And then went to the nether and got the soul sand and the quartz that's needed. Two nether trips with a little snack break in between. Pretty successful, but we start the episode 40 minutes into the race, and my first trip back to base, where I'm hoping to get set up my crafting table and chests, extra chests, to craft all the things here in base race that we need. I think I realized I wanted to grab some. We have the shears out, so I want to grab some leaves. That was one thing I noticed. There's a pine tree, a spruce tree up here, pine, and spruce leaves are on the list. So let's go get some. The other thing I think I needed to get was a little bit more wood for crafting. So I do think that this idea, like to do inventory management correctly, you got to plan at least one or two times during the race to go back to base and just drop everything off, regroup your head, get thinking right. But you don't want to do it too often. So when I go out, if I do have any inventory space left, I look around and see what else I can accomplish before going back to base. Excuse me. So we get the oak trees now, and we will head back. I know I need some oak logs. Dark oak forests are one of my favorite biomes that right ahead. It was very tempting. I don't think there was any reason to go into it during base race this month, so I think I stayed away. But on the first episode, I think I made the comment that I got distracted almost by that cave and that mine shaft, and I never started growing my wheat and sugarcane. And here would have been a fantastic time to go get the sugarcane. But as you see, I ran straight back to the base instead and didn't look around. And didn't get the sugarcane that I'd need to get started. Use that extra piece of birchwood and set up my crafting bench here. I have to say the double fence gates caused me so much trouble in this challenge. I don't know about the rest of you, but you'll see every time I keep coming in and out of here, the problems. But let's start getting the basics in here. So we got our oak plank, oak log, that was the other thing. I think while I was playing, I didn't even have the list open. This is how unprepared I was during this month. I didn't even have the list open. I was having computer problems, and I was using my laptop to do something else at the time. So usually I try to have the list open or printed out on the desk so I can take a look at it while I'm playing. But I think I was using Ed's sign here as the tool for figuring out what to do, what to put in. So I put in my placeholder brick and my placeholder for the gravel. I think I needed 64, and I only had 56. Yeah, but the full thing of leaves, full thing of soul sand. This is where I realized the glowstone. I had exactly 12 left after, even though the glowstone, I had converted the other stuff into the dust. And then I made my coal blocks. We only need 9, or no, we need 10. There we go. So I made 10. And then the ores, the redstone, the lapis, the cobwebs, which we got early. That was great. Realizing now that I need 7 coal to make 7 iron to make a cauldron, and probably didn't need to make a cauldron, but we'll find more about that later. So, need to cook this up. I was checking to see if I needed to keep any of the iron in ore form. And we'll make our cauldron and put that in there now too. That's about it. It's time to really get out there and start making some more progress on resources. So I'll make a couple of chests and drop off all my inventory here. Again, inventory management is huge. The obsidian and the diamonds, I just don't. I have the 2 extra diamonds, but I don't want to make any mistake with them. And let's head off. And it is time to go west. It's nighttime, so figure, what the heck, let's go do the dangerous stuff, in the dark. It was pretty funny, actually. I didn't even have a piece of dirt, which was one of the blocks necessary, and didn't even have that dirt on me when what I needed for first block in the thing. Yep, see, you can see the double fence gates giving me a hard time here. And realizing, get my bucket. I forgot a bucket, which was silly to run off with. I need a water bucket for the chest at the end, for the end of the race, but I also going off and doing some aggressive stuff with the with the witch is a very foolish thing to do. I think, yeah, sorry, I got interrupted here for a minute and had to pause the game. I remember I was recording this, and there were my kids, actually Maisie Dog, I think, was sitting with me and was asking me a bunch of questions, but I think I'll just let the timer run through that. That wasn't a big delay. Now, I just saw out of the corner of my eye, and I didn't see this the first time running there. I think I saw some sugarcane down in that valley to the left there as I was running. There's a river biome that we're kind of paralleling, and I didn't see it, and now I'm just checking for sugarcane down there, and there isn't any up at this end. There was some closer to base, but we do need 13 leather also, so I start hunting cows here. And I lose track of the cow in the trees, which is a little silly of me here. And he did fall and drop leather, which is great. We can go get that, but how to get down? Boom. Okay. And since I'm down, I need to get that other cow. There we go. 4 cows and only 3 leather, but oh well. So up on the hill there looks like this ominous tower is beginning to form. And actually, I had clouds on here, which will play a role in a second. The tower is hidden by the clouds, and it's even scarier when you're inside and there's a cloud running through the tower. I guess the only preview I saw was in Ed's video, and I think it's pretty fitting that it's snowing. Evil looking tower, very dark. It's dusk out. I'm not sure if that's the door or not. Ed said, he wanted us to go in properly, so I think I searched the perimeter for a better way in. I like the creeper face on the backside there. And then I decide, yep, those iron bars are guarding the door, and I get out my pickaxe, and I think I just out of the corner of my eye glimpsed that spawner there and realized what we were in for. Ed had put a spawner down here. So that's great. And the monsters are all over me. They're behind me. They're in front of me. The spawner, since he put them in the corner of the building, they can spawn outside the building too. I actually didn't think about that. Let's light up this room. You'll see I take a fairly aggressive approach here. My sense was, I have my diamond boots, I have my diamond sword, so I'm pretty much just going to charge into this. I dropped everything off, so other than 3 leather, I'm not really missing anything if I die here. But my plan was to just pretty much go fast forward and see what lay in store for me. Keep eating, so I keep my full health up and keep fully regenning as much as possible. I probably should have closed the door to the outside, especially with it being nighttime. And we'll see another reason why later. Yeah, the mobs were coming fast and furious, and actually I remember right here my wife came home and I had to help unload the car. So I had to take a little pause right in the middle of trying to tackle this tower, and I was very scared about what I was going to get back into, and of course I opened up the game right with a skeleton falling down on me. So yeah, let's get up to the next level. So we should be on the 3rd story, coming up to the 3rd story now. We dealt with zombies on the 1st level, skeleton spawners I think on the 2nd level. Look like a spider spawner up here for sure. These guys are not being too effective, but you can see, as you can see, I've lost about half my health, and I retreat. I eat my pork and retreat a little bit. And keep charging. In general, I just wanted to charge forward. Now this time my goal was just, let's light this place up. I can take hits from a couple of arrows, but I don't want any more to spawn and end up getting overwhelmed. Knock a torch off, that's good. And this is what was freaking me out. See, that's actually a cloud going through the building. I don't think I recognize exactly what it was. And then, thinking, what does Ed have in store for us here? And then I realized, well, I can't get up this ladder, I can't jump up it, but he put other ladders on the walls. And our job should be to chop those other ladders down. It's frustrating watching myself do this now and realizing how slow I was at figuring this out. How are we getting up there? Yes, okay. Let's grab a few extra ladders. Oh, yep, not torches, but actually ladders. Ladders would be better. Now, the trick to this is... I just saw that creeper in time and went back down, but if you hold shift, you can actually pause on the ladder. And when you're basically creeping, and I was trying to figure that out, and I kind of figured it out here, I think. Yeah, now I figured it out. Now what I'm trying to do is just get up, hit him, and then drop back down again quickly so that he can't see me. That worked there, and the witch came over right to the edges. You can see her. There we go, and we've killed the witch. So there, I'm thrilled, but got a little more work to do, and I get trapped here by the spiders and hit him, but then I thought my second hit was going to get him, and it didn't, and then I got nervous, because if he just blew up the chest, I was very nervous about that he might have blown up everything in the chest. But I think, so you can see over there, I got pretty lucky. He didn't. The cauldron was still there even, and 3 of the blaze rods. I don't know if there were more, but I think there were only 3 blaze rods in there in the first place. So pretty cool. There's tower. This was an amazing like extra feature that Ed put in the game this month. Ed, that really very creative and a lot of fun. The problem, I lit up the inside of the tower really well, but Ed, being smart, put the spawner on the edges of the tower, so outside it's dark, and the spawn area, that's those spawners, goes outside. And since it's dark outside, basically those spawners had been generating mobs outside of the tower, and they were all coming back the entire time we were fighting our way up. So there is a horde out here waiting for us. So I actually had to fight my way out. Almost the hardest part was fighting my way out of the tower on leaving here. Especially because, these skeletons were really annoying. So eventually I just said, forget it and just run. So I'm thrilled. We've captured the witch, and coming up on the end of on a full hour. We got about 4 minutes left to the hour point. But I realize I need more leather and I need sugarcane. And after getting really belligerent with a few of these guys, just exercising my sword arm, I guess, I decide to venture off, continue to the west, because the river runs through here. So I figure, well, there'll be sugarcane along the river. Any of you who are still racing, there's no sugarcane along this river. I don't know how this biome works. Usually there is almost always sugarcane in the river biomes, but for some reason, not in this one. And I spent a long time along this river. I think here I go ahead and make a boat, which was a waste of time. But the other thing we did need clay, and I think I realized that now, and I got the clay that I needed. We just need to make one hardened clay block and one bricks. So I needed 8 pieces of clay, and I think I got them right there. I don't know. I don't see any sugarcane still over here in the dark oak forest at night. After I just killed all those mobs, I think scared me off. So I decided to go up the extreme hills for a better look. And I realized I better check out where I am, I guess. I turned on F3 now that I'm kind of venturing off of the beaten path. We're going to go south for a while. Might have been sugarcane down there to the right. I certainly didn't see it. But I was thinking, as a swamp, now there's always sugarcane in swamps, right? I mean, you always find pieces of sugarcane. But not me. Not this time. But I did need, the swamp's great because I did need vines. So it's dark, but I needed a vine for my mossy cobblestone, which I got now. And I need bone meal. And I thought I saw sugarcane, but it was a creeper. So we got 1 minute left. The bone meal is going to come in handy. I realized basically wheat, you can grow 9 wheat in, a couple 10-15 seconds by using bone meal, and just bone mealing the wheat. Oh yeah, the slime ball. Okay, so the last minute, we're coming up on almost exactly an hour. This will be my third 20-minute episode. So I am going to sign off and say see you in the next base race, when I'm sure I will find some sugarcane out here in the wilderness. Or at least I'm not totally sure, but it's certainly been a long look, and I'm getting far away from home. So thanks for watching, and hope your race is going well too. And if you're not doing base race yet, check it out. It's a lot of fun. Go to the MobCave's channel. Bye.